If they don't have credit and they don't have a bank account, you're already looking at a pretty poor qualification for a tenant.
Well, I think it's also time that, we also start looking at other sides of the whole leasing process.
Oh yeah,
Because I would say we've gotten most of the showings applications, got that squared away. We've got that systemized. Still some things we can refine and get better at, but we've got a pretty solid. I think it's maybe time to start looking at, okay, what exactly are they looking at? How do we get these forward?
What happened there for a little while? It's like a problem that comes up twice a year, maybe once a year, where Christmas time every year, people just give up. They quit paying. They decide to hell with it. I'm going to move on, and they give up. You get that high volume of vacancies. You've been rolling with a smaller volume of vacancies, so the manpower that you have staffed in that hole is enough. But then when it snowballs on you, you get that big batch of vacancies. It's like you got to go hire somebody, and it's almost temp help, because once you dig out of that hole, it don't come back until it comes back. You know what I mean? So it's how do you balance that as in a small company? How do you balance that labor when you don't need it all the time? You just don't need it. It's like almost like you wish you could pull DJ out of maintenance for a minute to help in leasing. You know what I mean? But how do you cover that base? So we've done that. We took that off of them because they were in such a big hole as far as vacancies went. I think they were at 65 or 70 vacancies. So we took the front side of that off of them. And we have more work for these guys to do when they're not doing leasing. In other words, they can help us do owner finance. They can help us buy properties. They can help us by running out and looking at something. We have those tasks for them to do. So them being in our labor pool, 50% of the time, and in property management's labor pool, 50% of the time works. The problem is the people that are handling applications normally only handle 10 applications a week at most. Now we're piling 40 on their head.
Right.
So now we got the same problem again. It's like they don't, the staff that's there, which, they've never had to do it at that scale. They've never had to sit there and go, okay, I have to call this person. This is what I need to say. I need to set that expectation on this call. I got an application. How soon after an application comes in do you think before we talk to them?
I wouldn't even want to know.
I know, but I mean, how?
I'm afraid that they never talk on the phone.
That's what I'm afraid of too.
Is my theory behind it, because it just doesn't make sense that someone is already pot committed. Like you're
put
gonna
$40 in.
Yeah, and then plus all the whatever fees are on there, and then start filling out information and stuff. It's like, how does that get lost? Like, how do you already have bank statements, income, whatever, fill out all this information, then you just don't
hear back from them?
Yeah.
So it's like, at that moment, it needs to be the same. The sales process starts over again. The application comes in, you got to get in touch with them within 5 minutes. Like, got to get in touch with them in 5 minutes. Now you're in touch with them. What are you going to say on that call? It's your introduction call to your future tenant. What are you going to say? Hey, look, you applied. I know you're expecting a $0 deposit, or probably seen an advertisement that says $0 deposit. Here's how you achieve that. You must have this. You got to have a bank account for how long? 6 months,
something like that. Yeah.
Got to have a bank account for 6 months. Got to have a credit score of this. Do you meet those qualifications? Do you have those two things? Great. We can move forward on the $0 deposit. No. Okay. Do you have X number of dollars for a deposit? No. Okay. We're looking at a pretty bad tenant resume right now, right? But okay, can you pay another $100 a month? Yes. Great. We'll do it for another $100 a month. And now we're self-insuring, like what you said. Now you get another $100 a month rent. That's extra $1,200 a year. If it doesn't work out and they break week one, the deposit ain't going to cover anything anyways. You know what I mean? Like, the damage that they're going to do ain't going to happen. But most likely that tenant isn't a great tenant. If they don't have credit and they don't have a bank account, you're already looking at a pretty poor qualification for a tenant.
But then it's like, still in that fact finding on the phone call, you can figure out, okay,
Yes.
do you have a cosigner?
Yes.
Do you have something else? Do you have someone else going to be living with you, could live with you, can sign for you?
Yes, personal guarantor.
Figure out anything else that can help the situation. But it's like texting back and forth through email, and it's just like
Everything gets lost.
right. But it's like, that's a 20-second conversation. Like, Do you have credit? No. Do you have bank statements? No. Do you have someone that can sign on with you? No. Do you have extra $100 a month? Yes. Okay.
Great. Here's where I'm at.
Right.
This is the package, and then they present the package. You know, this is a no from me. I wouldn't lease to them, but do you want this as a tenant? Well, actually, I do, because I got a refi going through.
Yeah.
So I want that as a tenant right now.
But at least at that point, we're talking about something for real. It's not a hypothetical anymore.
No, yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, so that process has to be built out on the backside. And I think we just built it out on this, so we could probably clip that out, and that could just be the training video.
Yeah.
There you
But
go,
I mean, because
guys.
application processing is still part of the sales process. You're still selling them on,
Absolutely.
because you're the solution. You're saying, hey, look, I'm here to help you to get approved for this.
Well, it still
apartment.
hasn't been a close.
Right.
Because you don't have any money in your bank. You still have to close them.
So it's like, how can I help? How can I show them I am here to help them from application to move in, and I need to collect money in the process.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please, for the love of God, let us know in the comment section. Also, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you know every time a new one drops.